Hi, welcome to Luke the Duke's instructional video on how to give yourself a shot. So, first, we have our testosterone. We have our syringe. We have our 18 gauge needle. We have our 22 gauge needle. For those of you that don't know, when it comes to gauge, the bigger the number, the smaller it is. So 18 gauge is bigger than 22 gauge. Now, the 18 gauge is what we are going to use to extract the testosterone from the vial. The 22 gauge is what is going to go into our body. You do not want to put the 18 gauge directly into your skin. So, first thing we want to do is we have our alcohol pad. We're going to open that up, and we are going to find the part on our body that we are going to be giving our injection to. So now what you want to do is on your leg, you need to imagine your femur is going right down the center of your leg. You never want to put the needle into the bone. So wherever you imagine your femur is, you're going to go to the outside of that. So, we're going to take out our alcohol pad, and we're going to sanitize the area in which we are going to be giving ourselves the shot. Take your alcohol pad and your vial of testosterone, or estrogen, whatever it is, wherever you give yourself your shot, but in this case, it's testosterone. You're going to take your alcohol pad, and we're going to wipe off the rubber top of the vial to sanitize it. Now, you don't want to get any of the alcohol in your system because it will sting. It's not bad for you, it'll just sting. So we're going to take our Q-tip and we're going to dry off the top of our vial so that it doesn't have any alcohol on it. We're going to dry our leg. You can do that by blowing or using a Q-tip or a cotton ball. I do a combination of Q-tip and blowing because I don't have any cotton balls. Now, we're going to set our sanitized vial aside, and we are going to open our syringe. You don't need to open up your syringe and your needles until you're ready to use them because it just risks them getting dirty. So now we're going to open our 18 gauge needle, which is the one that we're going to be extracting testosterone from our vial. And my cats are running around. So you place the needle on the syringe and twist off the cap. Big needle. If you can see that, that is a fat needle. This is the one that's going into the vial, not into our skin. So you take your syringe, and whatever your doctor says your dose is, you're going to pull the syringe down to that point. For me, it's 0.4. Now, I'm going to stick my needle into my vial, and I'm going to pressurize it by putting that much air into it. I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm going to make sure my needle is within the testosterone so I'm not getting air bubbles. And I am going to draw in a little more than I need and then put it back in to where I need it. And then testosterone in the needle, testosterone in the vial. Now you're going to recap your needle and pull it off. Now we're going to open, just pull that back a little bit so it doesn't pull out, it doesn't fall out. Now we're going to open our 22 gauge, place that on our syringe, and remove the cap. Now see, this one is a much smaller needle. Much smaller. So we're going to get the air bubbles out by putting it forward until we see just a little bitty bead right there. Just that little bead. You don't want it squirting out. That's a waste of testosterone. So now, as my doctor told me, which I found to be very helpful mentally, is the pain sensors in your skin are only on the first layer. So once you get through the skin, it doesn't hurt anymore. So you don't need to be afraid. And you want to go straight in like a dart. You don't want to go at an angle. You don't want to hit the bone. You just want to go straight in, and you don't have to do it from up here. You can do it from down here. And like I said, it only hurts for a split second, and then it doesn't hurt anymore. So, if we can get closer, I'm going to inject right here. Okay, straight in like a dart, off to the side. Okay, and now you don't want to, and once it's in there, it's going to stay there. It's not going to go anywhere. You want to keep your leg relaxed. You don't want to be clenching or anything because that'll rip through the muscle. It's not really that bad. Just be relaxed. And you don't want to just push up from the top because then that pushes the whole syringe into your leg more. So you want to make sure that you're pushing from here and here so that so it doesn't go into your leg. So here we go. It's a little thicker than other things, and so it likes to be a little thicker and take longer because it's thicker. I don't know if that sounded right, but that's what I wanted to say. So now everything's in there. If you have a cotton ball, you want to grab it right away. I have to use this because that's all I have. Go right next to it and pull it out, and then put pressure on there so that it'll stop bleeding. Now we're done with this needle. We are going to recap it and properly dispose of it in our Sharps container. Disposed of. Okay. And the only blood I have is a little itty bitty dot. And that's how you give yourself a shot of testosterone. Thank you very much.